that takes us into 30 seconds. Both teams are lining up. New officials are lining up as well. And are 10 seconds away from having us a very lovely game on this beautiful Sunday in the Netherlands. And we're underway with a bug off for the Golden City Rollers versus Hysterical for Dom City. And in the white jersey, we have bug off already picking up lead, but Hysterical is not far behind. Can bug off score some points for their team before Dom City picks up points? We'll see. We'll look at the... Ooh. Only 2 points for Dom City versus an entire 4 points for Dom City Rollers. Although, no, the Jammer ref is going over to the score table. Fix the points. It looks like actually giving 0 points now. So the apex jump does not seem to have been completed on the Dom City Jammer. So they should be without points, but they're still on the scoreboard. So maybe they're right. Who knows? And sorry for the confusion, but we have, interestingly enough, a star pass already. As it seems. So 917 is now the Jammer. 666 Kamikaze coming in for Dom City, and is the lead Jammer. We have the start pass. The pivot now turned Jammer is Iron Tyrant. But we have a cut penalty for one of the Dom City players. The first penalty of this game. And now the scoreboard seems to be fixed as well. But it's still neck and neck. Kamikaze is still in the lead, packing up points. But in this jam, interestingly enough, it's actually Iron Tyrant who is currently still ahead. But now it's 8-8. Even points in this jam. Kamikaze trying to get more points. Iron Tyrant struggling to get through this very strong tripod of Utrecht, but the offense 508. Slamala Anderson of Golden City Rollers picking up a very nice help for their jammer. We have another cuts penalty. Again, for White 677. But Iron Tyrant is not to be beat. Picking up another 4 points. The jam is ended by the 2-minute mark. Looks to be 20-16 in just this jam alone. So a great effort for Iron Tyrant. 16 points on the board. But Dom City picked up a total of 20 points. But Golden City Rollers are going into an official review. Probably about a score discrepancy of this previous jam. Both teams have one official review period. They retain it. Get another one if they lose it. But again, for the second period, both of them will get one each again. Representative from both teams and the officials are now in the infield discussing this action that has been that is now topic of discussion, is it? What the outcome of this official review is, and it has been requested by Golden Rollers. So we will see what's gonna happen. the situation has been explained by the Golden City Roller representatives, the captain and the bench slash non-skating alternate. Now the officials are deliberating, asking each other, "Have you seen this action, or have you not? What's the been going on?" So usually there is a penalty called, and no one saw it. Officials will not grant penalty, and we also don't know which are requesting at the moment. Officials are deliberating, and they need to be quite sure what they saw and didn't see, and the head referee telling them final, I believe, on the chain of have to get back to you on that just a second. So the lovely referee Quagga just came to me and the whole situation. So Golden City Rollers wanted a blocking out of bounds uh, penalty on one of the Utrecht Dam City players, but it was not granted. So because there was no impact, the Golden City Rollers lose their official review for this half very early on already. As we're now going into jam number 3, Formidable with the star for Dam City Rollers, Golden City Rollers with BB Skate, who is picking up lead quite very early on. As Formidable is still struggling to get through, but picked it up. Very nice action. BB Skate trying to score the 4 points for their team. Looks to be all 4 picked up. 0 points for the Dam City Rollers, which gets us into a lead. 22 points now for the Gold City Rollers, 20 for the hosts of Dam City. Skaters are lining up again for the 4th jam, which is starting in 5 seconds. And have lined up Grimjaw for the Golden City Rollers, and Hysterical in black with the red star on the helmet. Getting through, picking up the first points as there are lead jammer. They can, of course, follow the jam when they want. We have another lead jam, 24 to 22 now. Those first points were picked up. Grimjaw from in white still struggling to get through, but as I say that, already passing through the pack. Hysterical, not to be beat, is skating fast and fast and fast, trying to hit it and quit it, as we say, to allow maximum points for their team and 0 for the other team. And that has appeared to work. And this one, as Dam City Rollers picked up a very comfortable amount of points. The 4 points, yes, the jammer ref for black, so 0. This jam 32 is the score as we head into the 5th jam of the day. Number 666 for Diablo for the for Dam City. The Settlers are 0-0, jammer 001 bug off, but not a very long jam that was Dam picked up the lead very early on. Picks up the 1 point, the Golden City home, or well, not home, but going into the bench area appears to be 0 points. Yes, Jammer referee deliberated with the outside pack referee to confirm that no hips have been passed. Now lining up for jam number 6, we have Pamela Anderson. as the jammer for Golden City Rollers, who is also, ooh, no, not picking, or yes, picked up lead. I think I must have saw a cut, but that was on the Utrecht pivot. That's Slamela Anderson as lead jammer versus Formidable for Dom City Rollers. First points on the board for Slamela Anderson in this game. Great effort. And, ooh, defibrillator recycling. Very nice. Formidable, who is still on their initial trip. So, still not able to score any points, while Slamela Anderson is going into their third scoring trip. But meanwhile, Formidable has also gotten through and picked up the initial, but no points for Dom City. This jam, one more point on the last trip makes it 9 points. 9 points for Golden City Rollers, 0 for Dom City. No lead change, but we are moving closer and closer. We are 31 points for Golden City and 33 for the hosts of Dom City Rollers. But we have now a team timeout for Dom City. They are not liking the momentum that Golden City has picked up. So they will now take a breather, try to stop the momentum of Golden City, and rediscuss their strategy. See how they can stop the efforts of the team from South Africa. And timeouts have 3 per game. Don't gain or lose because it's team timeout. You have 1 minute each. Those are 3 per game, not per period as you. First one now taken by Dom City Rollers. Thanks to tournament. We have around 22 minutes left on the board for this first period. It seems to be a close game. Johannesburg, or the Golden City Rollers, have played all week basically. They were Wednesday in Aalborg, Denmark, and yesterday in Rotterdam, playing against the B team from Paris Roller Derby and the A team from Rotterdam Roller Derby, where they fought hard, but weren't able to win either game in the end. And as I am jabbing about, Hysterical has picked up lead for the Dom City Rollers. BB Skates still in the initial trip, not able to get any points. Forced 4 points on the board of this jam. Hysterical extending the lead of the Dom City Rollers. BB Skates still struggling to get through, not finding any way as Hysterical picks up another 4 points with a beautiful pass on all Golden City blockers. The pivot currently in the box. So Golden City's down 1 skater. Another scoring pass from the Dom City jammer. 12 points now on the board as BB Skate finally gets through with the initial, but is already overtaken by Hysterical. Picks up another 4 points, and now we have a cut penalty on one of the Utrecht or Dom City players, and we look to be 1 point, on the board for Golden City Rollers. So not a complete lost effort on this one for BB Skate. Hysterical picking up a beautiful 19 points. The 20-point jam, 19-1, extends the lead for Dom City Rollers, 52-32 current score. We have around 20 minutes left, 10 minutes played in this period. But we now have Grimjaw for the Golden City Rollers versus Kamikaze, number 666 in black, and gets out in front, picks up lead. Golden City not able to get their jammer through. The Kamikaze is already lining up for the first scoring trip. Grimjaw finally gets through with the initial. Ooh. Call off, early call off for the for the Dome City Jammer. 2 points picked up. Not able to pass all the blockers, but still able to stop any scoring shenanigans. Golden City 2-0 on this jam, 54-30 new for of this game. As I said earlier, uh, team from South Africa, Johannesburg, Golden City Rollers, here on a sort of European tour to get experience against European teams. They are basically the only league in South Africa, so they are here to play and see where they stand. And as I say that, there has been a wonderful uh, jam done. 4 points picked up for Golden City by the jammer of name Bug Off. Sorry. 0 points for Dom City. So the score at the moment 54-36. Still anyone's game at this point. No one is running away with anything here. Also, not a particularly game at the moment. Both teams with a couple of penalties, but nothing egregious. It's a very physical game. And in the meantime, Hysterical picks up lead. Slamela Anderson passes the star to the pivot with the 917. Is Iron Tyrant once again. So second time for the star pass on the Golden City Rollers. And I have a team timeout called for the team from South Africa. Braver. They don't like the momentum. They don't like the direction this game is going now again. They want to try to figure out how to nice themselves get points that they want and need. So as I said earlier, South Africa, Johannesburg is basically the only team there. So they have put in basically their life savings into this European trip, which started off with a nice game against Aalborg in Denmark. Yesterday, got into Rotterdam where they played the B team of Paris and the A team of Rotterdam, and today they are playing the Brussels team, and as we are seeing now, the A team of Dam City in Utrecht. So, very exciting, kind of once in a lifetime trip for a lot of these players. If you have any chance, reach out to them, buy their merch, financially support them so the South African team can participate in the next World Cup, which is happening in Innsbruck 2025. July 2025. Don't know the exact dates, but sure you can find them online. BB Skate now lining up for Golden City Rollers, but Kamikaze is stronger and gets through quicker. Picks up the lead very early on. BB Skate still struggling to get through. Being recycled now by one of the Dam City skaters. Ooh, great hit once again. So BB Skate still none the wiser basically on the track, but with some physical effort gets through, picks it up. Initial trip completed, but Kamikaze picking up a wonderful 8 points on her trips. So extending the lead once again, 66-36. So 30-point difference with 17 minutes to go in this first period. Dom City appears to be figuring out how to go against their opponents now. Are a relative unknown. Not a lot of footage available from from the team from South Africa. So every team that played them so far didn't really know what to expect. But so far, they have yet to win one of their games. So let's see where this Sunday takes us. As are currently with Twisted Asset in the lead for Dom City. Grimjo also on track with Star. Ooh, we have a quite nasty fall for the Golden City Roller pivot, Iron Tyrant. But the Dom City Jammer, Twisted Asset, calls it off. There's to be 2 points. 2 points, or 3 points? 3 points for Dom City Rollers, but City Rollers um, got through and picked up all 4 points that were possible. So good effort for the team from South Africa, and my eyes have informed me that's the Dom City Dolls. So I shall call them by that name now. So Bug Off now picking up lead for the Golden City Roaders. Formidable is still hustling through the pack, stashing the star, getting through on the inside. Bug Off trying to put their first 4 points on the board, looking to the bench. Should they call it off? Should they not? Yes, they do call it off. Formidable entering the engagement zone, but picking up 0 points. Interesting game so far. Now 69-44, 4-point jam for the Golden City Rollers, 0 on board for Dom City, for the Dolls. We are right around the half mark of this period as Pamela Anderson picks up lead for her team. Still struggling to get through is the Dom City Jammer by the name of Hysterical. Out in front, trying everything, trying their darnest. Oh, we do have a star pass situation as well for the Dom City Dolls. It's now by the number of 5-5. Jammer, which is Footloose. And ooh, it appears that they have picked up all 4 points versus only 5 thing coming for Golden City. So ever so slightly winning Jam, but still 73-49. Still the score on this first game of this triple header Sunday. Now lining up is BB Skate for the Golden City Rollers versus number 666 Kamikaze, who is picking up lead, getting through the pack first. BB Skate still trying to find a way on the inside, not possible. Outside, struggling. What's the move here? But they are able to get through on the inside after all. But it's also Kamikaze who is overtaking them. So going into their first scoring trip is BB Skate, but going into their second scoring trip is Kamikaze, who is 1, 2, 3, 4, picking up another 4 points. Not calling it just yet. BB Skate also appears to have picked up 4 points on this one. Ooh, and that we don't want to see. Have a call-off for injury, one of the Dom City Dolls players. We will now go into official timeout after this, what appeared, I think, 8-4 jam. Medics are attending to the injured player. The matter what the outcome now is, required to sit out the next 3 jams. So medics are now getting player back to the medical area where there are affected for any injuries, treated for any injuries. I hope they are well. We're going into an official timeout at the moment, as not. It appears that both medics are attending to the injured player, and at least one medic always needs to have an eye on the track for the case that any further injuries might happen, which we obviously do not want. But the player from Dom City is conscious, is sitting, appears to be talking. So we hope that they are well and have not suffered any serious injury on this previous jam. So to fill the air a bit, I don't know what to talk about actually. I think there is some information about um, an open skate in the beginning of November for Dom City. If you're interested in trying out a derby for yourself, go look on Facebook, look on Instagram. If there is a league in your town, chances are there are. And I am 100% sure that they're always looking for new skaters, skating officials, and especially non-skating officials or any volunteers of any kind. So if you like what you see here and if you think, hey, I could do that, whether it's one of the players on the track, the people in the stripes, or the people with the black shirts and the clipboards, get yourself informed, look up any team in your area and try for yourself. It's a lot of fun. And if you are like me and always wanted a hobby that eats a lot of your time and a lot of your money, well, roller derby is there for you. Keep you entertained. But of course, also, if you are if you don't want to actively participate, of course, you can also just stay in the audience, don't play, just watch while they're on stream. Currently also, thankfully with a nice time difference, so we don't interfere with this one, is the North American West Championships. So very high level derby going on there, also available for free on Twitch at Arizona Roller Derby. But later in the day, as I said, with the time difference. And yes, also just look up your regional local roller derby league. I'm sure they will have home games coming up very soon. So we are now in jam number 16. We have Formidable for the Dom City Dolls versus Grimjaw for the Golden City Rollers. 12 minutes left on the clock. Both jammers struggling to get through, but it appears to be Grimjaw, yes, who picks up the leads for the Golden City Rollers. Much needed win for the South African team. We have a star pass going on. It is now number 90, Twisted Asset, with the star as the jammer for Golden City Rollers calls it off, picks up the 4 points. No initial, well, yes, there was an initial trip completed, but no points on the board for the team in black, for the home team. And good news, we appear to have the Golden City player back at their bench, so they appear to be in relatively good health, able to get back into the action soon enough. We have now Hysterical with the lead against Bug Off. Ooh, nice move on the outside. Make it seem effortless to pick up 4 points. Ooh, that was an illegal move by one of the Dom City players, but it still doesn't help Bug Off to get through. Meanwhile, Hysterical picking up another 4 points, makes it 8. Hysterical still, ooh, and we have an apex jump. A complete one at that. For another 4 points, it's 12-0 still. Bug Off still struggling to get through, but, well, I eat my words, not struggling to get through, but more or less struggling to get the star back on their helmet after they completed their initial. But it appears that the Golden City Rollers are on the board as well for this one. 4 points on them, 20-4. The Utrecht team, the Dam City Dolls, are extending their lead and are now in the 3-digit 101-61. It's a 40-point game. 10 minutes, a bit less than 10 minutes to go on this first period as we are going into jam number 18. 40 points might seem like a lot, but can be good. 2 good jams and you're back in play again. So as always, the wonderful thing about roller derby, we have Slamla Anderson for the Golden City Rollers versus Kamikaze with the number 666 for the Dam City Dolls. We have a star pass already going on. Iron Tyrant, the pivot, now turned jammer. Kamikaze calling of the jam though after their first 4 points. No chance for the Golden City Rollers to get to any points in this jam. But yeah, no matter, so as long as the point difference is under 50 or 60, it's, I would say that's still anyone's game. You never know what hits you. You might find your groove and just get point after point after point. So never count out the other team. It's a very good lesson for any team that plays roller derby. We now have Formidable with the lead for the Dam City Dolls. It's BB Skate, number 94, on the with the star cover for the Golden City Rollers. Formidable picking up, I think, 8 points. BB Skate first 4, and Formidable calls off the jam. Maybe it was, I think it's 8-4. First 4, yes. The Golden City Rollers with a nice effort to get some points on the board for them. Not allow Dam City to completely walk away with the game here. We are now going into jam number 20, Hysterical versus Grimjaw on the board. And Hysterical picks up the lead. Grimjaw gets through with the initial pass. With Hysterical picking up 4 points, but Grimjaw also putting the Golden City Rollers on this board. 2 players from the Dolls are getting back on track. The jam is called by Hysterical. Appears to be 2 points picked up for Dolls, 3 points actually, 7-4 on this 20th jam of the first period. 120-69 is the score. We have 6.5 minutes to go. And we're gonna see what the teams are doing with their time. It's Bagov picking up the lead for the Golden City Rollers. Meanwhile, we have a star pass situation going on for the Dolls. George Orwell was briefly with the star cover, but not able to pick up any points for their team. 4 points to 0 in favor of the Golden City Rollers. 5 minutes to go on this first period. The Golden City can pick up this pace and keep it going. They are definitely putting themselves into a good position for the second period of today. And it's Slamela Anderson who gets out in front, picks up the lead status for her team, ever so important. Meanwhile, Formidable struggling to get through the Dom City wall, and particularly now the Golden City pivot, Iron Tyrant, and Flamela Anderson racks up the points through the inside. Once again, makes it look effortless, and the pivot is still bugging, say, the Dom City Jammer. Now one of the Dom City players being sent up for an illegal action. Didn't see the penalty code, sadly. But now finally, Formidable getting through. Slamela Anderson, in the meantime, has picked up an 8 points. Ooh! Oh no, trying to get through the apex jump, not completed. Picking up a cutting penalty as they did not land inbounds and didn't try to rectify it. So we now have a power jam going on for the team of Dom City, but as they try to pass the star, oh my God, it's just through and through confusion going on. The star pass that they tried was incomplete. Oh no, it's the pivot who tries to give back the star to the still jammer in the box, Formidable. It's mayhem out there, I tell you. Absolute mayhem. But yes, a power gem, power gem situation for Dom City Dolls. The jammer panty has been retrieved back to the initial jammer. But as you saw, the star pass was incomplete. So, ooh. Yes, we do appear to still have Formidable with a couple seconds left on their 30 seconds penalty. So it's a power gem start now for the Golden City Rollers, who are trying their best to pick up the points. We're now in an official timeout, most likely to discuss the situation with Star Pass and these jammer helmet cover on the floor. So, was it an illegal Star Pass? What happened? A lot of unanswered questions at the moment. Maybe there is going to be a penalty for somebody. Don't know. At the moment, the officials are trying their best to resolve the situation. Does take ever so slightly longer than just those 30 seconds of lineup phase. So we have around 3 minutes to go. We, after this time, are going into the 23rd jam of the period, 123 to 85 points. The difference of, well, let's say around 40. Don't like to do math on my weekends. So it's still more or less anybody's game. See, the Down City Rollers at times appear to be much stronger than the team from South Africa, but they are making a great. But the Golden City Rollers are making a great effort and are showing their skills off in a very nice manner. So don't count them out. The sadly very isolated team from South Africa, who, as I said previously, have put their life savings into this trip to play the sport that is their life, that they love so much, play it at high level in Europe, and have learned so much already that they can incorporate into their learnings, into their practice, to hopefully come back again in 2 years' time. It's a roller derby is a wonderful sport. It knows no borders. It knows no boundaries. So please, if you think that this is a fun sport to watch, it's definitely a fun sport to play. And if you pick up the striped jerseys of our wonderful officials in currently in the infield, you will get to watch, but also be actively involved. So your local derby league is 100% looking for new skaters, new skating officials, new non-skating officials, volunteers of any kind. So we seem to have now resolved. Head referee went to the bench of Dom City Dolls, and my lovely referee friend Quagga is now explaining the situation to me. So I have now been explained the situation. I can explain it to you. So in the previous jam, keen eyes might have noticed that there have been too many blockers for the Dom City Dolls on track. There was one in the box, but 4 blockers lined up for the previous jam, which means that there were 5 blockers. And uh, the math nerds amongst us might know that 5 is more than 4. Okay, scratch everything I said in the last 12 seconds. No extra blocker, no impact to the game, and no penalty. The only confusion that arose was that the jammer was unmarked due to not having the jammer helmet cover on their helmets, which distinguished them from the other players on track. So no penalty issued for the Dom City players. 1 in the box each. The jammer in the box for Dom City Dolls, which means it's a power jam start for the Golden City Rollers. Going into jam number 23. 3 minutes left on the period clock. Lead picked up by BB Skate. Formidable is still in the penalty box, serving out their time. But also the Golden City Rollers have one of their blockers in the penalty box. But the disadvantage, of course, without a jammer is greater for the home league of Dom City Dolls. Ooh, nice blocking effort, but it's no match for BB Skate, who is picking up 4 points on this trip. The Dom City Dolls jammer, Formidable, back on track now. But another 4 points for the Golden City Rollers. Formidable now back from the penalty box, still has to complete their initial to be able to score, which means the Golden City can keep going until the Dom City jammer is through. Another 4 points picked up for the Golden City Rollers. This is turning into a very, very, very strong jam for the Golden City Rollers. But we now have a start pass situation. George Orwell, the pivot turn jammer now, out in front, able to pick up points, but in a very smart move, the team in white, Golden City Rollers, calls it off after, don't know the total points tally yet, but it's at least 12 points. Yes, no more points after those. So 12 points now. We have 97 points now on the board for Golden City Rollers, which cuts short the points difference to just 26 points. with 1 minute to go in this first period of two. It's still anybody's game. Jam number 24 now. Grimjaw in the lead against Hysterical. Hysterical out in front though, but Grimjaw smartly calls it off to prevent any damage to their points, to their game, in fact. So we are now with just a couple of seconds on this period clock. We are going into what appears to be the last jam of this game. Number 25, 26 points are separating these wonderful two teams. Kamikaze in black with the red star, and Bug Off in white with also the red star on their helmet. And it's Bug Off who picks up the lead for the Golden City Rollers in this most likely last jam of this period. Bug Off picks up points, a wonderful 4 points, which puts them at 101 points. Very well be on their verge of the very first win here on their European tour. But the next 30 minutes will, of course, show us what either team is capable of and if they all have the strength to go. Both teams had a 15-minute breather to catch themselves to get back into derby mode. We have now lining up Kamikaze, City Dolls versus Bug Off in white for the Golden City Rollers. For the first jam of the second period in. I'm that a bit wrong. And jam number 1 is underway. Both jammers struggling to get through it first, but Bug Off is able to pick it up. And oh no, we have a cut penalty on number 77 on the black jammer. So a power jam situation now going on for the team from South Africa. But oh no, we have it's what appears to be a low block penalty for the jammer Bug Off. So no lead either jammer now possible with over a minute 10 on the clock. 2-minute jam, but not too long in the penalty box for either jammer, as the jammer only has to spend the amount of time the other jammer spent. So if the first jammer spends 10 seconds in the box, the other jammer will also only spend 10 seconds in the box. But as through the penalty action, neither jammer is able to pick up lead. It is going to be a 2-minute jam. So no one is in control. It's all about the points. Yeah. 4 to 4 points at the moment. Both jammers are in their second scoring trip. Kamikaze a bit more out in front, gets through the two remaining blockers of the Golden City Rollers. Bug Off, however, also able to get through. So both jammers with a great valiant effort. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are both, and it appears that both jammers were able to pick up a total of 12 points for their team. So 135 to 113. Point differential did not change at all, but both teams able to get through with 3 scoring passes. Very great effort for both sides on this, well, just first jam of the period. Number 2, we have Formidable for black and Slamla Anderson for the team in white. But oh no, picks up a forearm penalty. So once again, power jam, but this time with lead status for the Dom City Dolls. So they are now in control. They don't have to wait until the jam timer is calling off the jam. They can call it off themselves. They can trap the jammer, the opposing jammer, in the box. If that is wise, remains to be seen, as the Lamela Anderson still has to get through the ignition to be able to score. So jam very much going in favor of the Dom City. But as I said, it's Lamela Anderson back on track already. But we have a low block once again for Lamela Anderson. This is a very frustrating jam for the Golden City Dolls. Golden City Rollers. So, Formidable trying their darnest to get through. In the end, calling it off after 4 points, it seems. No points for Slamla Anderson for the Gold City Rollers. Slamla, and we have a power jam start in favor of the Dom City Dolls. So Slamla Anderson still in the box, still with over 10 seconds to serve. So is going to be likely that the Dom City Dolls can extend their lead in this jam. We now have Hysterical in the lead. 10 seconds to go on the penalty time for Slamla Anderson. Getting through, picking up 4 points. Great effort here. Slamla Anderson back on track, tries to get through, bullies their way through the black team's defense. As Kamikaze picks up 4 points for her team. Yeah. Oh no, pivot turn jammer. There was start pass for Golden City Rollers. The pivot with the helmet cover in hand had to go to the box. Are they the jammer? It appears so. We don't have a jammer cover on the track at the moment, which means it's absolutely not possible for the white team in white from Team South Africa, the Gold City Rollers, to pick up any points. And Hysterical is making soaring 4 points seem like an afternoon stroll. Iron Tyrant, no, sorry, it's Diablo, I think, with the jammer helmet cover in hand. We have 20 seconds to go. 20 points now for Hysterical. Amazing effort. Golden City struggling to get anything on in terms of defense. It's 24 points now, which is the highest scoring jam of this game at the moment. We have 50 points difference now, 163 to 113. I think we had a slight, maybe a bit less than 50-point difference already, so not unlikely that it can be picked up. But the Golden City Rollers really need to step up their game, really need to get into focus, really get their jammers through every time. We're heading into jam number 4 as Mikatsa is lining up against BB Skates. Ooh. Defibrillator on the floor for quite a while there, as Kamikaze able to pick up lead in the meantime. BB Skate going through on the inside. A very great effort for her to get into the scoring trip. But it's Kamikaze, of course, with the lead, picking up 4 points. Have BB Skate here trying to pick up some points. Gets 4 on the board for her team, but Dom City Dolls seem to be wanting more. 4 for this one jam. 7. 107 points. score now for the Dam City Dolls versus 117. Both teams scored in this one. And but if the Golden City Rollers want to stay in this, they absolutely need to score more points, get more lead, defend better against the Dam City Jammers. We have Grimjaw on track as Jammer for the Golden City Rollers for the team in white versus Formidable in black. A double penalty as it appears now for the pivot of the black team. Amsterdam City Dolls, where Grimjaw picks up lead. No star pass possible for Formidable at the moment as the Dom City pivot is in the box with 2 penalties. That means they have to be there for a minute, sit for 50 seconds of that. But we have another penalty for Grimjaw. Lost the lead status now, minutes ago. Only 4 points on the board so far. Formidable finally in her first scoring trip, putting the first points on the board, equalizing the current Jam score. We'll see the return of Grimjaw in a bit more than 10 seconds. Ooh, but a cut penalty called on the Black Jammer as well. And yes, it appears that they will be trapped in the box for this jam. They're less than 30 seconds were on the jam clock when they sat down. So next jam could very well be a power jam start for the Golden City Rollers, where they could capitalize on an early lead. Grimjaw back on track meanwhile, picking up 4 points. Great effort, putting the Golden City Rollers on the board with 8 points. Are they able to score any more? Or not, as the jam timer calls off after those 5 points on the board. Dam City Dolls picked up by the Jammer in black by Formidable before they went to the box, but have an official review now going on for Pink, Black, Dam City Dolls. Also, once again, the team representatives are in the infield, figuring out both teams, or rather the team that requested the official. Because a situation that happened in the previous jam, maybe it is about the jammer penalty, about the cuts penalty. We shall see. I think the black bench had a pretty good view actually on the penalty, so they might be able to get a good explanation going on for why. But still, speculation on my part. I'm waiting for officials to deliberate, come to a conclusion, tell it to the teams. The officials coming to me to explain it to me and the outcome as well. So again, previous period, the the Golden City Rollers used their official review for a out of play block, I think. Did not retain it, lost it. But as we are now in the second, both teams start once again. Quest. However, if they lose it, they lose it. If they win it, they have another one. And request another period. So we have around 20. We played around 10 minutes now. 20 minutes to go. 50-point difference. 175 to 125. Golden City Rollers so far are doing a phenomenal job as the wild card / underdog of this game. The Dom City Dolls, however, are a very great match for the team in white. Have done some phenomenal blocking, in every jam, basically. Their jammers make it sometimes seem, well, less than effortlessly, honestly, uh, to score all 4 points in a single trip. Why they are in the lead points at the moment. Once again, if you like what you see here, if you think, oh my god, I want to be part of it, uh, look on Facebook, look on Instagram for your local roller derby league. Um, I am quite sure that there is one in your area, and if there is, I am 125% sure that they are looking for skaters, skating officials, and non-skating officials, or volunteers of any kind, really. So, if you see, if you like the sport, if you want to support the sport, if you want to support your local derby league, come to their events, get involved, buy their merch, help them out. We're all doing this for fun. None of us are getting paid. We are sacrificing our money and our free time to spend weekends in venues like these because we love this sport so damn much. So get involved if you haven't already. It's the greatest hobby in the world, honestly. So yeah, and for teams like the Golden City Rollers, who are who have put their life savings into this trip to Europe to finally get a chance to play against other teams than themselves, basically. Finally, go to Europe, play against some other teams, learn from those teams, pick up uh, play styles, moves, anything. Just learn from the teams here in Europe. We in Europe are very blessed to have a lot of teams. A lot of teams travel by train, very much possible. So okay, so my lovely OPR Quagga has now informed me of the outcome of this quite long official review. So the Dom City Dolls requested the cut penalty on their previous jammer, I think it was Floor Midabder, to be removed as the initiator of that cut went down, and which means that uh, they ceded by going down their position on you, so you don't have to get behind them when you re-enter the track. The officials agreed, called, and rescinded the cut penalty on the Black Jammer, and have retained their official review. So Team in Black is starting with a jammer on track and not in the box. Time it number 4-2, Black 4-2, which is hysterical. The captain actually facing up Bug off. The jam of this period. You, however, uh, seem to be unclear of some lineup penalty, whatever officials are deliberating in, or at least some of the officials are deliberating in infield here. Of course, they don't want to stretch that time. They don't, because the period clock is stopped at this time. So, and the players are getting cold. So of course they don't want to spend too much time if it's not necessary. But we're back into jam number 6. 19 minutes and 33 seconds on the board. Hysterical versus Bug Off. Neither jammer able to get through on the very first try. Both still struggling. Bug Off in the back. Hysterical out in front. Defibrillator off track with a forearm penalty. And it's Hysterical who until the end struggled, but was able to get through. Ooh, and we have a star pass on Iron Tyrant. So pivot now, Jammer on the track, trying to get up points. And it's Hysterical who calls off the jam after picking up 4 points. 0 for the Golden City Rollers. We now have the score of 179 to 125. The lead of the Dom City Dolls is widening. The gap is growing bigger. So we are unsure. It appears that the game is getting a bit away from the team from South Africa. So let's see what the next 18-ish minutes have to go for us, or will tell us, as we have Kamikaze as the jammer for the Dom City Dolls versus Slammer Anderson with the star on the cover, helmet cover for their team. And Slammer Anderson. Slammer Anderson with a cut penalty, not able to get lead. It's lead for Kamikaze for the Dom City Dolls. Again, the Golden City Rollers will not like the situation. They have another 30 seconds where they are unable to score any points, in which the Dom City Dolls, with their already around 30-point lead, sorry, but actually 60-point lead, 8 actually, able to score more and more points. But Kamikaze now at the moment struggling to put more than 4 points on the board. Lead jam status, of course, in her favor, so she can call up the jam at any minute. We have a forearm penalty for one of the black blockers. Jam is called off by Kamikaze for the Dom City Dolls. Pamela Anderson able to get out of the penalty box, but still 0 points for the team in white, for the team from South Africa, versus 8 points for the home team. One of the Golden City Roller players went down. It appeared to have might have been injury. The medic went to the bench, but it appears that everything well and good. Of course, we never want any injuries to happen in roller derby. So I'm happy that so far we only had one short injury break for one of the players, who I think is able to play again already. So we have Formidable getting out in front first, but a no earned pass situation for her. So she's not able to pick up lead jammer status. That goes to BB Skate, who gets out way a lot later, and so is not able to score any points. Calls it off, but at that point already on the board for the Dom City Dolls. So at the moment, not a lot seems to be working for the Gold City Rollers. They are not playing how they would hope to, I guess. And we are now in jam number 9. We have Hysterical versus Grimjaw. Whatever. And it's Hysterical getting out in front. This time also picking up the lead. So, and it's still with Grimjaw, who has taken off the cover now at the moment, and still struggling to get through. The inside doesn't work, the outside doesn't work. It's all getting frustrated. They're getting recycled. They are trying to block the Utrecht Dom City Jammer, but to no avail, as they are putting up another 4 points on that board. 8 points already, 199 current score, on the brink of the 200. Grimjaw gets initial trip finally, but are they able to put any points on the board? No, they are not. Hysterical calls off the jam just before what's it, I think 11? Yes, 11 points total, 3 points on the last one. So 202 to 125. Golden City Rollers are now 77 7 points, I think, uh, behind. So game is getting away from teensy tiny bit. Minutes as the Dom City Dolls have requested a team timeout, which stops the period clock at 14 minutes 10 seconds. But it of course gives both teams a breather. The officials able to get a breather as well, discuss how it's going. If there is anything they need to look out for, and jam them also to bit of action on the track. So both teams in this minute that they have discussing strategy, discussing things that work, things that don't work. Of course, always trying to come back stronger from the very first, sorry, trying to come back stronger. Previous jam. So both teams line up again after a minute breather. It's Bug Off this Kamikaze. 10th jam of this second period. Referee are in position. Jammer, all players are in position. The penalty box is empty. A lot of instructions from the benches towards their skaters. And it's Bugov who on the outside makes an effortless pass on all the blockers to pick up the lead jammer status. One of the Golden Seed players now heading into the penalty box. Kamikaze also completes the initial trip. Bugov has the balance, but able to call it off just in time without any points scored for the Dom City Dolls, but also no points for the Golden City Rollers. And as there was one player from the Golden City Rollers in the penalty box, they now start this next jam. One blocker down. So it's only 3 blockers now to keep Formidable at bay. And I think, yes, it's Pamela Anderson for the Golden City Rollers. It's already Formidable with the leads. Getting out in front at first, Pamela Anderson also struggling to get through, struggling to find a way on the inside, doesn't work, gets put down. Formidable on the outside, trying their darnest. Start pass for the Golden City Rollers. But it is of no use as have 4 points on the board for the Dom City Dolls. Makes it 206 to 125. So we have now a 81-point difference for only on this game clock. So a monstrosity of a task, a monstrous on doing to close the gap on this one. But of course, the Gold Rollers have impressed us so far, doing a great job. Picking up lead is BB Skate for the Golden City from South Africa, and Hysterical is going to the box. So we have a power jam now going on in favor of the Golden City Rollers. 30 seconds of unopposed jamming for BB Skate. Nothing that the Dom City Dolls can do in this situation, as the lead is also in the hand of the Golden City Rollers. Of course, trying to maximize the points for her team, put them back in this game, putting 4 points on the board, but Hysterical back on track. Still would have had to complete the initial trip, though the call off maybe a bit too early, but still a great 8 points on the board for the Golden City Rollers. 11 minutes to go, going into jam number 13 now. Have one blocker from the Golden City Rollers in the penalty box. So once again, starting off one person down, one blocker down. have uh, Grimjaw for the Team White as the jammer, and Kamikaze for the Dom City Dolls. Oh, lead is, however, with the Dom City Dolls. His lead is with the Dom City Dolls, unless, yes, now thank you. The official Robert has been corrected. And this jam has been called off. The Dolls, 42 in favor for them. Up another couple of points, widening the gap, widening their lead, growing their lead. Are now going into Jam 14. We have Formidable versus Bug Off on track. Also, this time, 2 blockers down for the Golden City Rollers. One of them is now returning to the track. Formidable, however, in the meantime, able to pick up the lead for her team. Bug Off also able to get through, getting on the trip. Very nice situation going on. I think we have 4 points yet. 4 points for the Dom City. Next jam starting. The Golden City still down 1 blocker once again. Has been a while since the lineup. Put the jammer, closing jammer, and Bay. Will be hysterical. However, doesn't have an easier time with it either. Have to defend, has to go through 4 opposing blockers, and probably has no blocker on offense to help them out. Hysterical. Now getting into the back of that pack, trying to pick up points. Samuel Anderson completed the initial trip, but to no avail. No point on the board for them. For just one time, we have an official timeout now at the moment. The clock stops at 8 minutes and 2 seconds. So I think the points earlier jam is to be discussed, and also gives the track repair crew time track a bit closer. Of course, want the rope underneath the track to be exposed as this pose tripping hazard. So, but all has been 1 point on the board from the previous game for the Dom City Dolls. 250 makes it a nice, even 80-point difference now. So, in jam number 16, it's Kamikaze versus BB Skate. Neither able to get through at the initial. Oh, it's neck and neck out in front, but Kamikaze able to secure the lead. BB Skate looked promising at first, but is now still struggling and able to complete the initial trip. And it appears that Kamikaze just wants to secure as much points as possible in this first scoring trip. And oh no, they are trying to score even more points, as BB Skate's still struggling to pass any. They not so well put apex jump on Gator on the jammer from Dom City here. They didn't land up. They only land. Well, they basically fell when they landed. So no extra points picked up here. 4-4. Not the way they wanted it to go. As we now have Formidable facing off against Grimjaw. But a forearms penalty on the pivot makes lead jammer status possible and doable for Grimjaw now. Formidable is still not on the initial trip, but now, as I said, it's absolutely done. Puts the cover back on. It's Grimjaw who calls off the jam after picking up 4 beautiful points. Both pivots for both teams now in the box, so at least in the first couple seconds of that next jam, start pass not in the books. Starting one person down. Bug off versus hysterical now for S jammers. Have around 5.5 minutes to go. The score 219 to 143. Teams Owen hysterically gets out in front, gets the lead. Game controlled by the Dom City Dolls. Only in the beginning did it seem a bit difficult for them to get the win. But now with around 5 minutes to go, it appears that the Dom City Dolls are absolutely in full control of this game. They have a lead of around 80 points at the moment. It's basically an insurmountable lead at the moment. Don't ever want to count out anybody in Derby, but the challenge is not getting any easier for the Golden City Rollers. From this 7-4 jam, we have 226 points versus 107. We're heading into jam number 19. Office Stamela Anderson versus Katze. And both defenses are working great to prevent the opposing jammer from getting through. Going into the turn number 2 now. We do have a lead with Slamela Anderson and Kamikaze also getting through, not far behind. What is Slamela Anderson doing? Oh, calling it very wildly with a lot of energy, let's say. And one of the Golden City Roller blockers going to the bench. 4 points, however, picked up for that team, who is now requested a team timeout. Stopping clock at 4 minutes. Second. Period clock not out. So, 4 points on the board. Previous jam. So it appears that at least something is working. Get the occasional for some points. Not if the jam is not shut down. Have a chance. At the moment, a bit more than 4 minutes on the clock. We have a gap of around 70 points, a bit more. Go as well. Golden City requesting team timeout to take a break. Just relax a moment and come back to the track very strong. But once again, they are starting one blocker down. Formidable, who only has 3 blockers to get through. 8 lining up for the Golden City Rollers. Only 4 blockers to pass through. Trying it on the outside, trying it on the inside for Formidable, who is able to get the lead in BB Skate, who trying to break through this very strong tripod, blocking out actually Formidable on this one, but Formidable not to be deterred scores the 4 points. To go, makes it an even 230, 151 still for the Golden City Rollers as they remain pointless in this 20th jam. We're now heading into jam 21, 3 minutes and 20 seconds or so to go. We have Grimjaw versus Hysterical. as we are getting into the closing stages of this game. Grimjaw is punked down by one of the Dom City blockers, and it's Hysterical who also picks up the lead. Grimjaw gets through, picks up the initial. It's also Hysterical who picks up the 4 points in the meantime. Henley box empty at the moment, both teams with the full lineup on track. And Dom City trying for another 4 points. They are 4 points ahead. Hysterical trying to... Ooh, late call off by one of the officials here. Bit difficult to see, I guess, from that situation. Also able, in that case, also able to score that 1 point for the Golden City Rollers. While the Dom City Jammer could not get points on. We have less than 2 minutes to go. Bug off versus Kamikaze. And it's Kamikaze who picks up lead only 4 seconds after the jam starting whistle. But Bug off not far behind, only like not even half a track of straightaway. Not even half a straightaway behind. Ooh, and she gets out in front earlier than Kamikaze, but Kamikaze gets 4 points as well. And Bagov does so too. It's a half track difference between the two of them. We have 1 minute 15 on the clock, 1 minute 24 on the jam clock. Kamikaze calls it off. Has she been able to put up all 4 points though? She seemed to have stumbled. Yes, the jammer referee is signaling to us 4 points. Less than a minute to go in this game. Going to jam number 23, 246 points for the Dom City Dolls, 160 for the Golden City Rollers, who are once again starting the jam with 1 person down. Dama Slam is back on track after getting 6 penalties in the first stages of that game, but we now have once again an official timeout for in Golden City Roller Skate. Up now. Medics give the attention on the bench. Also, never a great sight to be seen. I hope everyone is okay. I hope that the skater is okay, able to breathe. Have been a hit the general stomach ribcage area. Back from their bench crew. It is Iron Tyrant. Wonderful pivot to now back off the bench. Move their skate gear. But they seem to be in relatively good health. So very thankful that so far, well, knocking on wood, has seriously injured in this game. We have now a timeout. Thomas balls. So they're hyping themselves up on the track. At 246, 86 points difference into jam number 24. All players, all necessary players and blockers, jammers and blockers lined up. We have BB8 for the Golden City Rollers versus Formidable on the for the Dom City Dolls. 22 seconds left on that period clock. Folks, I think this is going to be the last jam of this very exciting first game. Score might not reflect it, but these teams have been fighting on equal footing all 60 minutes long. We have lead jammer status for the Dom City Dolls, but not far behind is BB Skates. Formidable trying their darndest to pick up the last point for the Dom City Dolls. Last points of that game, all 4 on the board. The game is over 4-0. The score of this last jam makes it an even 250 to 160. 90 points difference as we wait for the jammer refs to check the score with their scorekeepers. Make sure everything's in order. Everything is as it should be. Heading now over to the score table. In the next couple of seconds, we will have the final score of this first game on this beautiful Sunday in Utrecht. Checking, officials talking to each other, teams high-fiving each other, congratulating themselves on a game well done, on a job well done. Appears that we have, yes, we now indeed have the final score. It is 250 to 160. The team from South Africa not able to conquer the host league of the Dom City Dolls. It's been a wonderful game. I've been your commentator, Trash Panda. And yes, wonderful 2 games still ahead. Don't go anywhere. Well, maybe now to get your water, refill your water bottle, get a snack, go outside. We will be back in just a few. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.